So, I really hope you're enjoying this podcast as much as I am. And I just wanted to take a little break to tell you about the amazing products by the sponsor of this podcast, the Biophotonic EMF and Bioresonance devices, which help us take our healing to the next frequency. So, let me start with the Bioresonance devices. Biophotonic have two amazing little devices, the little BioNexus and the Biophotonic, and both of these are really the next generation in bioresonance devices. So let's start with the little BioNexus. This amazing little device literally sits in the palm of your hand, and it's now my go-to support, especially when doing my daily manifestations and affirmation practices. But it will balance out my frequency to work on whatever needs balancing for me right here, right now. So what are some of the benefits of this little BioNexus? Improved energy, decreased inflammation, supports our immune system, psychological homeostasis. But also it supports the integrity of the cells, improves our memory, cognitive, emotional and psychological states, and speeds up recovery. And just like we've been talking about today, it really improves human consciousness support. Now, the other bioresonance device, the Biophotonic, absolutely amazing little device, comes preloaded with a range of therapies. And this will clear parasites, giving active protection. You can wear it with you. It comes in a little pouch that you can wear around your neck, and it detoxifies heavy metals, clears EMF radiation out of cells, cleanses bacteria and viruses, detoxes chemicals and toxins, DNA repair, pain repair, you name it. And it's even got calming meditation practices that, well, complexes that you can run to strengthen the aura field, and frequency packs can also be added to your water. I think we all know the detrimental effects now of mobile Bluetooth and EMF radiation. They've been extensively studied, and I've done loads of videos on it. So minimizing our exposure is crucial. So what's really key is both the Biophotonic and the BioNexus. They're standalone, lovely little devices that don't require Bluetooth connection, a Wi-Fi connection. You don't need to buy any frequency packages. There's no subscription fee, and you don't need a mobile phone to control them. There's no electrodes. They're completely wireless, ready to use straight from the box. So you can get these and a full range of EMF protection devices that you can use for yourself and your pets. Don't forget to use coupon code CE20 to get 20% off all products, including the EMF protection. Thank you. And now back to the podcast. I am back here today with Kim Kindersley, and we are in the second of our series on breathwork and how vital this is for all of us. Now, in video number one, I'm not going to repeat it all. The link is below. And in video number one, we really talked through why breathwork is so important, what it is, and how it can be such a great tool for all of us. But today we're going to do something different. And this video today, we're going to talk you through a therapeutic ceremonial breathwork technique that Kim runs with his groups. And this video is somewhere where you want to find yourself in a nice relaxed spot so you can experience it for yourself. So if you're somewhere where you can't relax, don't do this when you're driving a car or operating machinery. Pause this video now and go and find yourself somewhere nice and comfortable, and then we'll talk you through a little bit of the theory with it and then the actual practice. So Kim, talk us through what this process is and when it might be appropriate for people to be using this.
Right. Well, at the core of it, it's really connected conscious breath work, or conscious connected breath work. Doesn't really matter which way round you say it. And I've been doing this and training in this and become a teacher trainer with the Alchemy of Breath, which is one of the biggest breathwork schools in the world. And they base this technique on the amazing founder looking at every single pranayama, every single technique available, all of which have a myriad of wonderful different effects for the body, mind, and spirit. But he set himself the task of having to choose one. If I had to choose one, which one would I choose that would have the best multiple effects, therapeutic effects, and he came up with the connected conscious one. And it's a very, very simple technique and extremely powerful, deceptively powerful. Now, why I've sort of called it ceremonial is that for 35 years, I've been doing indigenous ceremonies, other types of ceremonies, sat in circles, made the Whale Dreamer movie, hung out with the whale dreamers. I'm very interested in indigenous wisdom and remembering who we are on the earth. And, when I was training in this technique, I saw that, wow, it's really effective when we sit in a circle. And I suddenly started seeing that actually this is a ceremony. So now the way that I approach it is every circle I have, every therapeutic breathwork session, I call people into ceremony. I ask them to leave behind whatever is going on outside. We smudge people, we get them to sit, we get them to just breathe, tune into their body. And then we go into the technique, the connected conscious breathing, but with ceremony in mind. And that is the circle. Why the circle? Because no one's above us, below us, in front of us, or behind us. And in a circle, you look to the left, the right. There is no one in charge. We're in this together. So it was like a eureka moment saying, let's make every single breath work a ceremony. And people love it because they're going, wow, actually it is. I've forgotten what that meant. I thought I had to go to church for that, or, the temple or the synagogue, or, depending on the mosque, whatever your religion might be or not. But we can all agree that we can sit down together, share the breath, and also support one another going through whatever is happening. So very briefly, when we do this technique, sometimes emotions can release and can come from almost nowhere, it feels. It can go to parts of the body where things are stored. It's particularly good for people who've been through some traumatic times in their life. And I say this, that it's very, very important that if you're in therapy or analysis, or you're going through some very, very difficult times in your life, it's very important to work with the therapist. This is an additional fantastic tool, but it's also very important to be aware that it can activate deep, deep things in the body. So it's very, very important that you enter into this practice with awareness. And if you're suffering from a deep depression, it's important that you have the support of your family. And also, I always say to people who do this, there's a phone number and an email for me. And if something really, really difficult arises emotionally, it's important that they get in touch, and then we can help direct them to other professional people who perhaps can offer further support and structure if some really deep things are you're going through. So it's a fantastic tool, but it's very important that we put it in the context of further help may be required. For me, it was just the most fantastic next step after I had done quite a lot of analysis and therapy and understood why I was kind of emotionally the way that I was. And then I saw this as a fantastic way to help me release at a deeper level things I think that were holding me back in my life, a lack of self-love in my case, difficulty in really sort of accepting who I am. And of course, like with everything, it's a journey. This is not a quick fix. This is a process, and it's a lifelong process. And for me, my favorite breathwork modality. And I'm so happy to share it. And I always also say that we share it very gently. Don't push yourself. You're in charge. You're safe. You're sovereign with your health. We talk about this a lot. This is about self-healing and you being at the same time as being in charge. Of course, you're letting go, but it's your journey. You choose the pace at which you go. And whatever happens, if things arise and you have questions, you get in touch. So that's the sort of background.
I love it. So we're going to talk you through an introduction to this. Normally, I think the sessions are longer, aren't they, Kim? But
yeah, much longer.
5-10 minutes to talk people through?
Yeah, I think what we do is, I'm just going to quickly show you what it is. And when I do this, I normally do this bit sitting down. But then you have a choice to do it lying down, which is actually the best way of doing it. But some people just like to be sitting, like they do in meditation, just straight spine, or you can have a cushion behind you.
Yeah.
What's most important is that don't have your legs crossed. You want to be open, chest open, shoulders relaxed, the usual kind of yogic thing. If you want to do it cross-legged, you can. But actually just sitting in a chair, if you need back support, it's fantastic. You want to be relaxed. And so all we're doing, I'm going to stand up a second. You start with the belly. Let's use our hands. So one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And rather like we talked last time, I kind of liken it. Imagine that the in-breath is your first breath when you came into this world. So the energy is more like, okay, there's a little bit of energy. You're really taking in the prana, the life force. So we do it with a slightly open mouth. So you relax. If you've got a stiff jaw, you can go in there. We keep a lot of tension in there, kind of like dentist chair, but it's not. So you don't have to have it quite as wide open. Yeah. But open mouth, and you just fill your lungs up as much as they can without your shoulders going like this. This is not how to do it. That's okay. So really relax from the belly up into the top of the chest. And when you're full at the top, a sigh is helpful. You just let go. And then at the bottom, there's no gap. In again. And let go. So you're going in and then letting go. In and letting go. And the let go is not this. No pushing out, just, I'm exaggerating. So that's it. Perfect. Surrendering. So this is actually a fantastic relaxing breath, that you can do anywhere, but the most important thing is that the energy's on the in breath, and then the let go isn't pushed, and it's circular. Couple of contraindications if you're taking heavy medication, obviously, you just go so gently. If you're pregnant, it's better to just breathe through the nose rather than the mouth. And you can sit with us and breathe this way. It's actually wonderful for pregnancy, but not through the mouth, please. If you suffer from epilepsy or are bipolar or have schizophrenia, it is better to consult a doctor and again, sit it out. However, gentle breathing through the nose for pretty much any condition is fine. And then the emphasis always is gentle, 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 no pushing. The biggest and most therapeutic, beautiful things happen when we're gently loving ourselves rather than pushing ourselves all the time to go, get to work, go here, I've got to do better. Oh my God, my back. No, on this one, we're going, no, I'm just going to give myself 5 minutes of love, actually. Self-love. So gentle. But the most important thing is that it's connected. If you find yourself drifting off or falling asleep, maybe you need a rest today. That's fine. If you find it a little bit difficult and your throat is getting dry, don't worry about it. The saliva will come. Sometimes there's a feeling of lightheadedness. This is great because oxygen getting to the brain, hello, this is fantastic news. And then I think the most extreme thing to look for, often for first timers or early on in your breathwork journey, is that you can get a little cramping in the hands. We call it tetany scientifically. It's nothing to worry about. It means that there's too much CO2 in the system. My recommendation, if you're on your own, is that you just simply stop mouth breathing and go to nose, which is like taking your foot off the accelerator, going more gently. And normally then the hands release. If I was with you, I'd be massaging your hands and your arms. And if you're with a friend, that's a possibility. But for now, if the cramping comes, please, please relax, go to nose breathing. And that's the general rule is if you find yourself getting too much tension, or it's going too much, or too much emotion is arising and you're confused and you don't know what's going on, just start breathing through the nose and go gently. That's really all it is. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you what it looks like when you're lying down. Excuse me while I adjust the camera. Cushion under the knees. Comfy, comfy. We're always comfy. And then you lie down like this. I hope you can see.
Yeah.
It's not the most elegant thing, but you know, hey. Now notice my head. It's flat, not like this, look. If you're like this, do you see? Well, number one, you can see all my double chins. But the real thing is that you're constricting your throat and you want to be open. So you could use a little cushion, but the idea is keep this open, mouth open, hands here, all relaxed. Remember the thing of the hand on the belly up here, and then look what happens. We breathe in. And we let go. And we breathe in. That's it. It's that simple. And that's literally all we do, either sitting down or lying down. And, you know, my view is if you can do it lying down, fantastic. But equally, if you do it sitting down, it's really, really effective. And what you're going to find is you're going to find things and energy moving in the body. It might be emotional, it might not. It might just be some stuck energy. It's fantastic if you've got a bit of an ache and pain. You can direct the energy to a hip or a knee, and you're becoming more conscious of how everything's working in the body, where your aches and pains might be. And the point of this is you're relaxing into feeling how you are, bringing more energy to the heart. And when we do this for 35 or 40 minutes with music, incredible miracles happen. I mean, I could go on about this for hours, but I'm not today, because today's just a little intro. But when you come on a Tuesday, you can come on a free Tuesday, do the whole thing. You can have some amazing experiences. You might meet your guides. You might meet, feel your ancestors. A lot of people report that they have conversations with their grandmother who's passed, or some healing is being done with a friend who's passed, or a difficult situation. Insights can come, all sorts of different things. For me, it's about really softening into learning to love myself, giving myself the opportunity to really feel my feelings. It's very, very simple, but very powerful. So what we could do, if people are up for it, we could do 5 or 6 minutes even today. Maybe that's enough. What do you think?
I think let's do it.
So look, what we could do, what I normally do, if I'm co-host, I could even put a little bit of nice background music on for people.
Yeah.
Nothing dramatic today. So if I go share and advanced computer audio, if you're able to make me co-host, then hopefully, and we'll just do this now. Bear with us, folks. By the way, when anything like this is going on, just practice getting into position, seeing how you're breathing, sort of like get ready, and just, you use the time wisely. I'm going to go share here, and I'm going to put this on, and we'll put a lovely bit of music on, I think, today. Let's put
needs to be one that's not going to get banned on YouTube.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to use a piece of my music. So there we are. That's going to be that. And we'll do a bit of so this is a lovely, actually some Aboriginal grandmothers doing a ceremony in the desert, and it's called Underneath the Desert Sky. So you can imagine the vastness of the universe. You're lying on the ground in the wilderness, the grandmothers are singing, and you're just going to completely dissolve into Mother Earth, dissolve into yourself, and also give yourself love, call in the ancestors, whatever else. I'm going to share that. And let's see, we'll just make sure that the volume is correct for you. And where are we? Here we are. How does that sound? Wow. Okay. Now, if you're sitting, by the way, when you close your eyes, your heart opens. So if you're doing it sitting, you just start. A few big, deep breaths and some sighs. And then let go. That's beautiful, Catherine. That's it. And for everybody else, if you're lying down, I'll just remind you what that looks like. Just keep breathing, experimenting. That's it. And breathe. And we dedicate this few minutes to the beauty of life. You go in, and then you let go. That's beautiful. And whatever is going on, just accept it. Under that beautiful desert sky. Beautiful. And as you're breathing and letting go, imagine that your lungs are just breathing out into the universe beyond your body. And the grandmothers are singing us home back to the fire. And we're remembering who we are, what we've forgotten, the beauty of this life. And breathe and let go. That's it. Just make sure the breath's getting to the top of the lungs. That's it. Perfect. Just remember that we're loved. We breathe in the energy that's available in the universe. Let it go. Breathe this beautiful prayer for grandmothers, please. Brothers and sisters, breathe your souls awake. A long time waited for, the promised hour has come, and it's here and now. Every breath. And breathe. When you breathe love for everyone, all life connected. Doing beautiful, relaxing. You're purifying the body, every breath. Fresh air, fresh life. Regenerating the cells. Om Namah Shivaya. You can hear the song of our heart. Ancestors are calling us home. Breathe it. Beautiful. Ah, this girl. As we're coming close to the end, we give thanks for our life to Mother Earth, all our loved ones, our beautiful animals, families. We wish peace and harmony on this earth for all beings who beyond suffering. Without prayer, for this is the ceremony of my life. Just a few more breaths. Well done. And you're going to very, very slowly open your eyes and stretch a bit. And the whales have the last word. There you go. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. Yay. Woohoo.
Amazing.
How are you feeling?
Absolutely amazing, and the whales really make it. So I really encourage everyone to practice this with themselves. The link will be below about how you can join Kim's Tuesday sessions of the beautiful circle of breathwork and ceremony, and how you can connect with Kim for more specific guidance, help if you need it. Thank you so much, Kim. That was amazing.
Beautiful. Actually, I was really feeling goosebumps towards the end. I was like, you know, and this is what I just love to leave everybody with, is like, be curious, because we just did, I think, 6.5, 7 minutes. Now, can you imagine when you do this and you really relax, and really miraculous things can come through, because we are divine beings. And, you know, life is magical, and I know it's very hard for a lot of people and difficult, but you know, we're going to get there. We've got this. We are going to heal ourselves and the planet. We're going to do it one breath at a time, and it's a journey. And I just encourage people to start slowly and gently. Be kind to yourselves. And I love working with you, and it's just so exciting, and I can't wait to share more. And just thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for everyone who's taken this journey for yourself. Check out the links below. There's a playlist of the videos in this series that Kim and I are doing together. So this is something you can keep coming back to. And please follow, subscribe, and watch for more information about how we can all really take that personal healing for any aspects of our life back. Thank you, Kim. We'll be back again soon.
See you soon. Much love. Take care, everyone.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And if you feel inspired, please do share with your friends and family. This helps us spread the word, and also helps me encourage some exciting new guests to take part in this podcast. And above all, stay curious and stay free.